When you're solving a problem or improving a process, I'm convinced that how you run the team, make it work, and then implement countermeasures together with the broader organization has much more impact on the final result than the quality and precision of the specific solving tools that you use. Hello, I'm Tom. Welcome to my channel where we talk about continuous improvement in an industrial setting. And today's video, it's more about what goes on around our tools. See, when I check courses, when I check books, when I check stuff on YouTube, most of what we want to learn or want to watch are things on the details of a specific method, or how do I really solve things correctly, or what is the best template for improving teams and doing your A3 stuff and all kinds of things like that. I also get tons of questions on the specific details of CPK and the statistics behind R&R. And yes, it's good to know, especially for experts in the field. I think, okay, you need to know. But in the real field, so that is the shop floor, that is where change needs to happen, we get much better results if we just get everyone together. So one of the things, problem solving, I have a nice template with a method for it, and do download the template and use it, see if it works for you. I've had great results with it, but the template itself, that's again the tool. What you need to do, and I hope that the template even helps you with it, but your job will be to guide the team through it, but also to connect with your sponsor. See, you are far from alone. You are in that team, probably. When you are a problem-solving team, let's take that example also. You are the facilitator or a team lead, and you have your team to work with. Now, I don't care how good you are in logical thinking and critical root cause analysis. If you can effectively use the people around you and their knowledge and their insight as well, you will be way better. And then the real hitter, you also need to work with the managers of where you are solving a problem, or the other people around it, right? So the people with the resources to actually do something with the ideas you have, to pay for the countermeasures, so to say, to make sure you have the resources for training, to do all those things. And then, of course, any change that you do has to be accepted by the factory, by the broader organization. And they need to adopt that change. And I like a quote on this by Covey. It's, people often think that ideas move mountains, but ideas don't move mountains. Bulldozers move mountains. So you have to influence the people driving those bulldozers, and then you can move mountains. And it is the same with problem solving, with improvement teams, with any change you want to do. So this just made me plan again to get some more videos out to you on, the ways to affect change, to implement changes, to make it habits, how to get collective thinking, collective critical thinking going, because it is just so important. And I know they are not deep dives into the tools, but they will help you just as much. And in fact, I've been sort of half working for a year on making a course on how to solve problems with a team. I'm going to go through with it, and you'll be seeing some launch stuff for a course on problem solving as a team, as a facilitator, sometime soon after the release of this video. But going into, adopting change, we know that anyone who is going to adopt a change, they need to have the know-how, right? They need to know what is the change. They need to be trained. They need to have the new skills. So I know what I now have to do, what the new way is. They also need some structure, some systems, maybe some new machinery, technology, tools, whatever. I have what I need for this new way of working. But let's not forget that they also need to see that other people around them, and especially the managers around them, but the leaders, formal and informal, and the group around them, I see that they're also adopting this change. So it's a group feel, I can move with that, and I want to change because I understand what it will bring me, what it will bring the organization. Why do we need this change, and why is it better? So I feel that this is the way forward, and I want to use the new way of working as well. That is so critical. If we have a brilliant idea and we miss one or two of these puzzle pieces, the idea is going to fail in the end. You may force it through on the short run and then it falls apart, or it just isn't adopted at all. And that is such a waste of all the brilliant work you put into it before. Now, the other thing, critical thinking with a group, here as well. You can be a brilliant problem solver, and some of us just have it sort of as a natural talent. Some of us also develop the skill, and actually I think anyone can develop the skill, but there is also some minds are wired a bit differently, and they get a natural advantage in just being logical and problem solvers. But even then, bring the team together. You need input, you need different ways of thinking, you need checks, you need to challenge. You need, in short, your whole team, your whole group to think together. And that is where those quality tools come from. So the Fishbone diagram, the Ishikawa, the 5 why, but also in improvement teams, a lot of those tools, and in fact the whole A3 method, what they do is they guide this critical thinking, but they guide it in a very specific way. So yes, we have different categories. That helps a bit with at least steering our mind, our brainstorm into different categories. But the main thing you are doing is you are putting it on paper so that everyone around the table can see it and use it. So you're feeding back the information. Now you can do a brainstorm by yourself. Also then the same effect is sort of happening, but then smaller. Your ideas, you jot them down on paper. You thought you had only 5 ideas, but as soon as you write them down on the paper, you look at them, number 6, number 7. Like this, you can get to 50, 100 ideas on the same topic. If you do not write anything down, you will not get further than 5, maybe 10, but probably 5-ish. That also happens with a group, but then the effect is way stronger. Because when you write it down, one person's answer, then the next person sees that. They also start to think about it. And there is a good chance that this first one was going into a direction that the second person hadn't thought of yet. But now that they think of it, they add on. They take a different route. And that is how a group brainstorm is 10 times more effective than a single, one-person brainstorm. If you put it down and then on paper, on a whiteboard, on a big screen, but directly put it on a place where the whole group can see it. And don't do it afterwards, right? Don't make a very nice fishbone diagram after you had your team meeting where you just jotted it down on a flip chart and then you make it beautiful to present to your manager. You can do it, but that is just, that's false use of the tools, and it's also false management if your manager demands that of you. Use it. It doesn't have to look nice. If you know how the fishbone works, you don't need the form. You can just make 4 big squares on a flip chart or on any Excel sheet and put it on a projector on the big screen. That works. And also, if you do it on paper, snap a photo, put that into your problem-solving team's report. That works fine. It actually convinces me more that you did the work with the team than when I see a very beautifully laid out fishbone diagram, especially if it is laid out in something like PowerPoint, type of PowerPoint Illustrator program, where I know from experience that it's not very easy to quickly add the text and make it beautiful. Somebody has been editing that afterwards and quite likely completely filled it in afterwards. That part of having a team to solve your problems or to improve your processes, that is just way more important than the specific tools. Now, I hope that I triggered a bit in you. I hope you're now saying, yes, Tom, let's get some more content on that, some strategies on that I'll be happy to share with you. Again, if you also want my problem-solving template, go follow the link in the description. That'll give you at least a system where we have some checks and balances in place to make sure that adoption can be good because the standard is of high quality, that your sponsor is involved because he has to check at the end of each step. So it helps you, it reminds you. But when we really want to dive into this, you as a facilitator of any problem solving or improvement team have to know that your role is to guide the process of collaboration and implementing the brilliant ideas. If you can get that right, you do not need to be an expert. You do not need to be the critical thinker. If you have such a person in your team that can really guide this process, you will get brilliant problem solving, improvement, change teams and make your company bucket loads of money. Now, if you also want those results, I am working on a course on this. Drop me a comment if you would be interested in having an online or even a guided course on this, and what type of things would make it very suitable for you. So what are the areas of difficulty that you would like me to help you with and get that real effective problem solving up and running for you? For now, I wish you the best of luck with your problem solving, and as always, enjoy the continuous improvement journey.